Okay, welcome to part 2 of the exam. Now this is going to be the database unit. So, as I said, always please do read through your questions first, okay? And make sure you're practicing these as you're going along, okay? Don't just watch the videos and think you know what you're doing. Make sure you're actually practicing them and pause the videos whenever you feel you need to catch up or take a break. So, we're going to look at step 6 here. You're going to prepare some reports for the company. Using a database package, a suitable database package, import the file n8prods.csv. Okay, so a suitable database package in our school would be Access. But the reason why they say a suitable database package is because other schools may not be using Microsoft Access. They may be using the equivalent in Apple computers, or maybe they're using OpenOffice or anything else along those lines. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to open up Microsoft Access. So I'm going to go to Microsoft Access on my computer. Okay, so Microsoft Access is now open on my computer. So I'm going to select a blank database. And now I need to import the file. Okay, so you go to external data, and you can see here that there's import, not export, import. Now, a CSV file will come under a text file. So you need to see where this file is located on your computer. I've already saved it. So I'm going to go to Browse, and I'm going to pick it up from the area that I've saved it in. You will have a specified area, or the exam files will already be loaded on a computer for you that you're going to use. Okay, so I'm going to go down. I've saved it in year 11. I'm keeping all the past papers basically in one area. So here we are. Now here we are, n8prod.csv. So that's the file that I'm going to choose. Open, press OK. Now, before I go any further, I'm going to check my exam paper. So, here are the data types. So, category needs to be text, country needs to be text, code needs to be numeric integer. Okay. Product needs to be text, and stock and order needs to be numeric integer. Price needs to be a currency to 2 decimal places. Okay, and then special is Boolean logical, which is yes or no. Then a note is simply text. Now, it says make sure you use these field names. You may not add any other, you may add another field as a primary key field if your software requires. Okay, if your software requires. So if the software don't require it, don't do it. Okay, now I don't believe Access will require it, but if it does, then we will add it if we need to. But obviously some other softwares, they do require it. Okay, so now I'm going to carry on. So first row contains field names, because you can see the field names up here. Category, country, code, product. We should be familiar with these because we just read them. Okay, so first row requires field names. And then I'm going to go into advanced. Actually, I'm going to go to next. Then I'm going to go to advanced. Okay, and here I'm going to change everything in here. Okay, so I'm going to open up the exam paper. So category is text and country is text. So category, short text, good, and country, short text, that's fine. Then the code is numeric integer. So I'm going to just simply select integer on that one. Let's check the next ones. Product is text, then the next two, stock and reorder, a numeric integer. So product is, so I've forgotten already. This I'm like this, I do need to keep checking. Yeah, text, next stock and order, a numeric integer. There we go. So here we go. Stock, simply select integer and integer. Now the price is currency, as we know, to 2 decimal places. So currency, there we go, and Just going to check. So the special is Boolean logical and the notes is simply text. So I'm going to special is yes and no. And the notes I'm just going to keep as text here. There we go. Okay. So I don't believe there's any more. So that is absolutely fine. So press OK. There we are. Go to next. Right, I don't want any primary key, okay, because Access allows me to select no primary key, so I'm going to select that. Go to next, and let me just double check what they want the table to be called. Okay, they don't state the name of the table, so that is fine by me. Okay, press finish. Close, and there we are. There's our table. Now I'm going to close this one. There we are. So our table's here and it's open. There we are. Right, now there is a couple more requirements. So I'm going to go to home right here. And in home, basically what I need to do here now is that it's going to say to me, save, basically my currency needs to be to 2 decimal places, which I haven't selected yet. And it says save a screenshot showing the field names and the data types used. Print a copy of this screenshot and make sure that your name, candidate number, centre number are all included. Okay, so with the later exams, they prepared the evidence for you, but with this exam, you need to do it yourself. So, right, firstly, I'm going to go to View. Okay, so Design View. And what we need to do is we need to make sure that the currency, because what I'm going to show you here actually is we're going to cheat a little bit. You're going to see that this is the screenshot that you want, okay? So here I know there's a primary key, but it says don't bother selecting it if there isn't one, okay? And here in the mark scheme here, it doesn't mention anything about the primary key. It just says names and automatic field types, okay? Special is Boolean logical, that's what they're looking at for, and the currency is 2 decimal places. Now the problem I find in this screenshot is you can't see whether this currency is 2 decimal places or not. Okay, so you've got to bear in mind what the examiner may be thinking. Sometimes they are a law unto themselves. So on the currency field here, I'm going to select format, and I'm going to select 2 decimal places. Sorry, not in format. Decimal places here is auto, but I'm going to select 2. Okay? Right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take a print screen of that. Okay, so I've taken a print screen, and I'm now going to open up Microsoft Word. So here we are, it's Microsoft Word opening up. And what I'm going to do now is blank Word document. I'm going to place my print screen here. Now, the reason why I've done it this way is so you can actually see in this print screen. Now, I'm not really all for cropping print screens, but in some cases it is needed so we can see what we're doing. But don't crop too much. Some people get very crop happy and they crop out almost everything. Please don't do that, okay? So here we are. Here's my print screen. So if the examiner wants, they can actually see that it is to 2 decimal places and a currency field is selected. Okay, so we're leaving that very transparent for the examiner. Now, all your print screens must have your name, candidate number, centre number. I would put this in the header. So, name, Miss Price, candidate number. So for you, for practice now, you can probably just make one up, or you can just say candidate number, and centre number will be the same for everybody. I mean, you should have got your candidate numbers and centre numbers by now. Obviously, speaking to the people in my school, everybody else from different countries, it all works differently. Okay, so whatever that may be, the centre number, I don't know what it is. So close header and footer, and it's always a good idea. I mean, for the 2016 exam, I do believe that you will have your evidence already set up that you could download anyway, but I am, for the sake of it right now, going to name this the step 6 database field types, or database data types would be a good idea. Okay, database data types. Okay, so, and I'm just leaving that there. I'm not going to do anything else with it. Okay, so I'm going to shrink this or minimize it. Okay, so we've done this now. Actually, I'm going to go back to that. I'm going to call it step 6 and 7. 6 and 7. Okay, like I said, in your exam, I don't think you'll be messing about as much as I am right now. So, now we need to insert the following records, okay, into our database. So these 3 data's records here is all you do is just simply type them in. Okay, it's that simple. I'm going to probably put this on half a screen so I can see properly. Hopefully this will help. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I'm going to go to View. I'm going to save my table. Yes, save the changes. Okay, scroll all the way down to the bottom. You can see there are many, many records. So here we are. So now please type them out as you see them on the screen. Okay, don't try to cheat and make things quicker, because generally you'll find that you're just wasting time. Okay, and making things a sight harder for yourself. Right, so now I've got a few minutes, so I'm going to try and, well, I'm going to type one out so you can see what you can do. So T is and China. Check your spelling as you're going along. Don't make any spelling errors, because the trick is sometimes they want these to go, they may need you to filter these in a certain order, and if there's a spelling error, it won't filter in that certain order, because they will tell you what record should appear at the top, what record should appear second. Okay. So, right, stock 35, reorder at 50, price 2.3, and that should format it itself, the price, as you can see it does. Okay, reorder, price and special. Special is N or 0, so we just leave that at 0 as it is there. Okay. Right, so you can see that is how you type out the records. So in the next video, I will have typed out all the records, okay? But I'm running out of time in this video, so I'm going to pause this now and upload it.